Welcome to Master Your Money, Budgeting, Saving, and Debt-Free Living. I'm your host, Nate Tanner. On this show, we use the Triggator Triangle, budget, save, and pay off debt to help you build a spending plan that fits your life, grow your savings with purpose, and knock out debt with confidence. Before we get into today's show, we need to issue a quick spending plan alert. Disney Plus has announced that it will be raising its subscription prices on every subscription plan. Ads, no ads, bundled, all going up. Now is the time for a subscription audit of your Disney Plus plan. It's a perfect time to look at your plan's new price and ask, would I buy it again today? If yes, keep it and update your plan with the new price. If not, time to end your subscription and reassign. Now on to today's topic. Today, we're tackling a topic that is as much about mindset as your money, abundance versus scarcity. If you've ever felt stuck in a cycle of never enough money, never enough time, never enough progress, this episode is your invitation to break free. Let's start with a reality check. Scarcity thinking isn't just about your bank balance. It's about the stories you tell yourself. I'll never get ahead. I have to spend it before it's gone. Saving is for people who already have enough. These beliefs shape every money choice you make, often without you even realizing it. But here's the good news. Abundance isn't about having more. It's about seeing more possibilities. It's about building a plan that looks beyond the next paycheck, celebrates small wins, and creates space for optimism and growth. Think about Rudy, the classic underdog story. Rudy didn't have the size, the talent, or the resources, but he had relentless belief and a willingness to keep showing up and putting in the work. Abundance isn't about being handed a spot on the team. It's about showing up, doing the work, and refusing to quit, even when the odds seem stacked against you. In this episode, we'll break down how to recognize scarcity thinking and its impact on your money choices, how to build an abundance plan with the Triggator Triangle, and some daily habits to foster optimism and financial growth and looking past your next paycheck. So whether you're feeling stuck, striving for more, or just ready for a mindset reset, grab your notes or your favorite planning app, and let's escape the scarcity cycle together. Let's get into it. Recognizing scarcity thinking and its impact on money choices. Let's start with a truth that's hard to admit. Most of us have lived in a scarcity cycle at some point. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, there's never enough, or if I don't spend it now, it'll be gone. Scarcity thinking isn't just about your bank balance. It's about the stories that you tell yourselves, the habits that you build, and the choices that you make every day. So what is scarcity thinking? Scarcity thinking is the belief that resources, money, time, opportunities are always limited. It's the voice that says, I can't afford to save. I can't pay my bills already. Investing is too risky. There's never enough. If I don't spend it now, it'll be gone. These beliefs shape every money choice you make, often without you even realizing it. How does scarcity show up? Maybe you feel anxious every time you check your bank account. You spend impulsively, afraid that if you don't enjoy it now, you never will. You avoid saving or investing because you're convinced you'll never have enough to start. You compare yourself to others and always feel behind. Think about the pursuit of happiness. Chris Gardner faces setback after setback, homelessness, job loss, uncertainty. But what sets him apart is his refusal to let scarcity thinking define his future. He doesn't say, I'll never get ahead. He asks, what can I do today to move forward? That's the heart of abundance. Scarcity thinking often leads to emotional spending. When you believe there's never enough, it's easy to chase a quick hit of happiness, a new gadget, a night out, or a doodad that you really don't need. The problem, foregoing the doodad and the probable payment plan, could help you gain better control and take steps towards a brighter financial future. Emotional spending feels good in the moment, but it can keep you stuck in the struggle cycle. Here's a quick real-life example. When I was fresh out of high school, I started working full-time and met a coworker named Cody, who became a work friend. Now, this was before the days of streaming services, and when DirecTV satellite dishes were more than just a means of TV, they were a status symbol. The basic package wasn't good enough for Cody. He had to go to the top tier. The problem, he couldn't afford his rent, but he was sure to pay his DirecTV bill. To pay his rent, he got caught up in payday loans. Somehow, though, his satellite TV stayed on. But his rent, it was consistently past due, and he was getting deeper and deeper into financial trouble by stacking payday loan on payday loan. To my complete shock, I even got an invitation once to go over to his home and watch a pay-per-view fight that cost nearly $100. He had told me about his money troubles, and I couldn't figure out how he could afford the fight. He was about to lose his home, dodging repo men for his car, and the interest on his payday loans was unbelievable. Eventually, everything did catch up to him. His home gone, his car repossessed, and at the age of 21, he declared bankruptcy. Now for the good news. Hitting rock bottom, Cody realized his mindset was completely wrong. He needed to flip his own script. He needed a path, goals, and to put in some hard work. He started over. He quit his current job and began working towards a construction career that he wanted. I caught up with him several years later. He was running a successful contractor business, doing very well, and he swore that he'd never get another satellite dish again. He saw there was more opportunity, so he followed it, and he came out on top. Scarcity versus abundance, the mindset shift. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Abundance isn't about having more. It's about seeing more. It's believing that your actions matter, that small steps add up, and that your future isn't limited by your past. It's the difference between saying, I will never get ahead, and asking, what's one thing I can do today to move forward? Scarcity thinking is powerful, but it's not permanent. Like Chris Gardner or even Cody, you can choose to show up, do the work, and believe that something better is possible. The first step is recognizing the stories you tell yourself and being willing to write a new one. Building an abundance plan using the Triggator Triangle. Now that you've spotted scarcity thinking, let's talk about how to flip the script and build an abundance plan. One that looks beyond the next paycheck and sets you up for real progress. The Triggator Triangle budget, save, and pay off debt is your playbook for moving from never enough to more than possible. Step 1, assign dollars with intention. Scarcity says spend first, save if anything is left over. Abundance says assign every dollar a job before it lands. Start with your paycheck and break it down. What needs to be covered first? How can you automate for savings? What debt can you attack? Step 2, automate your savings off the top. Scarcity says, I can't afford to save. Abundance says, I pay myself first. Automate your savings off the top of your paycheck. We talked about this yesterday. Treat your savings the same way taxes are taken out. Gone before your check even hits your account. You plan your spending after taxes, so do the same for savings. Set up automation so your savings never hit your checking account, and then spend what's left over after savings. This simple shift turns I can't save into I always save. Step 3, paying off debt, the ramp to abundance. Scarcity thinking says that you have to borrow to get what you want. Abundance says paying off debt is your ramp to freedom. Every dollar you pay towards debt is a step away from the struggle cycle and a step towards opportunity. When you prioritize debt payoff, you're building momentum for your future self. Less stress, more options, and a plan that works. Step 4, plan for joy, emergencies, and alligators. Abundance isn't just about covering bills. It's about planning for joy, alligators, and the unexpected. Assign money to your fun fund for guilt-free spending and to your alligator fund for those sneaky non-monthly expenses that can come up and bite your spending plan. Climb the emergency fund ladder so that when the unexpected happens, you are ready. When you plan for these peace of mind funds, you stop feeling trapped and start feeling prepared. Step 5, reframe setbacks as opportunities. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The wise words of Rafiki. The past can hurt, but you can either run from it, scarcity, or learn from it, abundance. My friend Cody is a great example. Hopefully none of you by 21 had lost your home, car, and been in bankruptcy. But those past mistakes fueled him. He didn't say, "This is my life and this is how it will always be." He changed his mindset and said, "That was terrible. I'm never going to let that happen again. How can I protect myself from repeating?" Abundance isn't about perfection, it's about progress. If you hit a bump, ask, what can I learn? How can I adjust? Every setback is a chance to build a stronger plan. Step 6, celebrate small wins. Scarcity focuses on what's missing. Abundance celebrates every step forward. Did you save $10 this week? Pay off a credit card? Automate your first transfer? That's a win. Mark it, celebrate it, and let it fuel your next move. Think about Rocky. He didn't win every round, but he kept getting back up, kept training, and kept believing he could go the distance. Building an abundance plan is about showing up round after round and refusing to let setbacks knock you out. Quick tip list for abundance planning. Assign every dollar before it lands. Automate savings, even small amounts, off the top. Pay off debt to build your ramp to abundance. Plan for joy, alligators, and emergencies. Reframe setbacks as lessons, not failures. And celebrate every win, no matter how small. Building an abundance plan isn't about waiting for a windfall. It's about using what you have right now to create momentum. The Triggator Triangle gives you the framework. Your mindset gives you the power. When you lead your money with intention, optimism, and a plan for progress, you're not just escaping the scarcity cycle, you're building a future that's bigger than your next paycheck. Daily habits to foster optimism and financial growth, and looking past your next paycheck. Scarcity thinking keeps you focused on the next paycheck, just surviving until your next deposit. Abundance is about plotting your financial journey, then using your spending plan, your peace of mind funds, and your debt payoff strategy to get there. Look past the next paycheck. Scarcity says, what's due this week? Abundance asks, where am I headed? Instead of just paying bills, truly evaluate your spending, your income, your savings, and your investing against your desired financial journey. Every spending plan you create should take you towards that goal. If anything takes you away from your destination, it's time to recalculate your route and kick it to the curb. This doesn't just apply to spending, it also applies to income too. Spoiler alert, more on that tomorrow. Tips for plotting your financial journey. Set a destination. Write down your big financial goal. Retirement, debt freedom, a dream home, or starting a business. Make it real. Map your route. Use your spending plan to chart the steps. Assign every dollar a job that moves you closer to your goal. Check your progress. Review your plan regularly. If something isn't helping you reach your destination, adjust your route. Kick detours to the curb. If a purchase, subscription, or expense is pulling you off course, let it go. Your journey matters more than a moment of convenience. Daily habits to foster optimism and growth. First, gratitude journaling. Write down one thing you're grateful for each day. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. Second, celebrate small wins. Every time you save, pay off debt, or stick to your plan, mark the win. Optimism grows with progress. Third, visualize your future. Spend a minute each morning picturing your financial goal. See yourself achieving it. Feel the freedom. Fourth, reframe setbacks. When you hit a bump, ask, what can I learn? Every setback is a lesson, not a failure. Fifth, share your journey. Talk about your goals and your wins with someone you trust. Optimism is contagious. Think about Friday Night Lights. Coach Taylor always said, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. When you look past your next paycheck and keep your eyes on your financial journey, you build optimism and resilience, no matter what life throws your way. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the greatest tools for shifting from scarcity to abundance. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, optimism and hope begin to grow. I had the opportunity to serve a Christian service mission in Paraguay. Most visits to third world countries only go to the tourist destinations. But during my service, I lived in a small town where dirt floors and four-wall homes were the norm. Each Sunday, we would sing the same hymn, Count Your Blessings. I learned the reason we sang it every week was that the accompanist knew only how to play that one song, his favorite. This man had nothing compared to what I had back home. Yet he was joyful and full of gratitude, optimistic towards the future as he counted his blessings. To end this section, I want to share the words of this hymn in the hopes that it may inspire gratitude in your heart and help you move to a more abundant mindset. When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when you are discouraged thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the cross seem heavy you are called to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. When you look at others with their lands and gold, think that Christ has promised you his wealth untold. Count your many blessings, money cannot buy your reward in heaven, nor your home on high. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged. God is over all. Count your many blessings, angels will attend. Help and comfort give you till your journey's end. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. If you've made it this far, you're not just thinking about abundance, you're leading your financial journey with optimism and intention. Today you learned how to spot scarcity thinking, build an abundance plan with the Triggator Triangle, and use daily habits, especially gratitude, to fuel your growth. Abundance isn't about having more, it's about seeing more possibilities, celebrating progress, and believing that your future is bigger than your next paycheck. Every choice you make, every plan you create, every habit you build is a step towards a life of optimism and financial freedom. One more callback to Rocky. When he keeps getting up round after round, refusing to let setbacks define him, that's the abundance mindset, showing up, learning from the past, and believing you can go the distance. Your daily challenge today is simple but powerful. Start a gratitude journal today. Each day, take 30 seconds and write down one thing that you're grateful for and one thing you did to move closer to a goal, financial or otherwise. Watch how your perspective shifts and optimism grows. If this episode helped you shift your mindset, I want to hear about it. Email me at podcast@Triggator.com with your abundance wins, gratitude stories, or questions. Make sure you follow us at Triggator on Instagram, Facebook, and X for inspiration, tips, and behind the scenes encouragement. Make sure that you subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you never miss a chance to upgrade your mindset and your money. If you found value today, leave a review, especially if this episode helped you break out of the scarcity cycle. Send this episode to a friend who is ready to start their own abundance makeover. Coming up next time, ready to boost your income without falling into lifestyle creep? Next time, we'll show you how to choose a side hustle to pad your peace of mind funds, invest in skills and education for future income, and avoid lifestyle inflation so you stay true to your plan. Whether you're looking for a quick win or plotting long-term growth, you'll learn how to upgrade your income intentionally and keep your financial journey on track. If you're ready to take your abundance mindset and turn it into real financial progress, you won't want to miss it. Your journey from scarcity to abundance starts with gratitude, intention, and belief. Every step you take, every blessing you count, every plan you make is a move towards a brighter future. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Thanks for listening to Master Your Money, Budgeting, Saving, and Debt-Free Living. I'm your host, Nate Tanner. See you next time.